Hey, Jeff here. All right, so I got a couple things that I have picked up in the past. Actually, everything I'm going to talk about today has been since yesterday, and I was going to do yesterday a video, but time ran out on me, and I didn't do it. So, um, basically, as I mentioned in a previous video or two, I'm kind of slowing down a little. Just a lot of things have been going on financially recently, but occasionally you still got to go out and grab a little something here and here. But the main thing that came in yesterday was something that was pre-ordered months ago. So it's nice to see some of these pre-orders. I have so much money tied up in pre-orders out there. It's nice when some of them come in. And then the other one was I just went to a local store, and there was a couple things for what I considered a really good price. So went ahead and got that. I sold a CD or two online, and so I was able to grab some of this. So first off, this is, most everybody probably has this that listens to rock and roll, and that's Van Halen's Diver Down. Back and forth between deciding whether I should get the reissue or the original press, and this was the original, and it was used, and it was, reasonable price compared to the repress. The reissue was over $10 more. I thought, hey, this is in great condition. And I know this is one of those albums a lot of people give a lot of flack to, but in my book, this is one of my favorite Van Halen albums. I mean, they're all great. I don't even know the David Lee Roth years. They're all great. And this one may not be the top for me, but I think I've mentioned this before, that this is just, or at least I have been talking with other people on notes. I remember when this came out. I remember buying this as a kid, and I remember being just enthralled with it. It was just great. And then I played it to death. And so, I don't know. It holds a lot of nostalgia for me. So I went ahead and picked it up. So, great stuff. Love it, love it. This I was a little surprised to find. This is the Ozzy EP, the Mr. Crowley. I pulled it out. It's probably just been sitting on somebody's shelf. It definitely looks unplayed. I'm not a big fan of picture discs. I take that back. I love picture discs from a collector standpoint. You don't like them from a listening standpoint. I had this when it came out. When this came out, we bought it. We played it. We loved it. Who cared about the sound quality back then? We were kids. So this holds a lot of nostalgia in the sense that I had this as a kid. And it just, I have it digitally now. But like I say, I opened it up, and it was unplayed. So then I went on and checked it out while I was standing in the store, went to Discogs and some of the other places, and found that the price that they had on it was real reasonable compared to what I was finding online. I mean, like $10 more online at least. And this is, like I said, brand new. It doesn't look like it's been touched. I felt bad taking it out of the bag. But anyway, so I went ahead and grabbed that. That was just a great little thing there. And then this, White Wolf, Standing Alone. Let me tell you the story about this one. Months and months and months and months ago, I think Ron Haggerty showed this months and months and months ago. And I mentioned something about seeing it at the local store. And I think he had made a comment, something along the lines of, well, you may want to go ahead and grab it because those things are becoming, maybe he wasn't talking about this. He said they're becoming a little harder to find. He might have been talking about the second album because they had both of them. I'm thinking maybe he was talking the second album now that I think about it. Either way, I went back down there and neither one of them was there. The albums were gone, or so I thought. Couldn't find them. So yesterday I'm just flipping through again, and I found this, and I looked at it. It had a sticker on here from the store that had the price, and it had a date on there which tells you, I guess, the date that they put it in their inventory. 2017. I don't know where this thing's been hiding. It's been probably most of a year since I've been looking for it. I don't know if it got misplaced or something, but anyway, it popped back up. So I went ahead and grabbed it. It was only, a few dollars. I know it sells for really cheap online. But I was always intrigued with the cover. It's the creepiest cover I'd ever seen. It's just such a weird cover. So anyway, I went ahead and grabbed that because it was, like I said, relatively cheap. I guess it was. Maybe it was the second album, the other one. I need to look. I don't think they had that again. So, all right. Oh, one other thing I picked up. So as I was standing at the counter, I turned around. This is one of those places that has books and albums and CDs and cassettes and movies. And just it's almost all things multimedia. Big store, has a lot of stuff. And I turned around and I saw this. Now, this has been on my Amazon wish list for a couple years. The price is fairly cheap, but when I turned around and found it there for $5 on Blu-ray, I went ahead and made the grab. Captain America. This is the best movie ever made. Best movie on earth. Look at that. Ooh. All right, I kid. This is the movie that was made. When was this made? It didn't say. Oh, 1992. Obviously, this is big before the big budget Marvel movies. So this was one of the first attempts at a Captain America movie. Used to be a Captain America TV show, it seems like, when I was a kid, where he'd put the shield on the front of his bike and stuff. I think that was even worse. I don't think I'd ever recalled seeing this movie when it came out or ever on video since. I mean, I've seen it around, but I don't think I've ever watched it. So anyway, I'm a big Marvel fan, big comic book fan. I just had to have it, even though it's not that well done. I watched the... it has the bonus footage of where they talk to the star and the director and stuff, more modern times. This was 2013, so probably somewhere not too long after that, before that. And they talked about the budget problems and the budget cuts and the limitations and the things and how it didn't really come out the way they had hoped because of budget cuts and everything. But, you know, it wasn't horrible. I've seen worse movies. But anyway, it's just nice to have. You know, for $5 on Blu-ray, really, and it's been done pretty well. They've really bumped up to high def, and the bonus footage was cool, so I grabbed that, just to have. All right, so now up comes the big thing that came in, and that is the new Flying Colors Third Degree album. Now, I have talked about Flying Colors in the past. Maybe you do or don't remember. Flying Colors, kind of a super group. It was so you've got Neil Morse, who's I talk about all the time, prog genius, lots of prog rock and hard rock music. You got Mike Portnoy, drummer from Dream Theater. He's from Winery Dogs. He's done everything. You know, he's got the Metal Alliance. He does all of Neil Morse's stuff, the prog stuff there. He's involved with so many things. He did one album with the Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, that's just a one. He does a lot of recording with some bands here and there, once or twice. Anyway, him and Neil do a lot of stuff together. And like I said, he's done all the Neil Morse solo albums. And then they decided they wanted to do something that was a little more commercial. This was back in the early 2010, 11, 12. They kept talking about it. It finally did come out in 12. But it was supposed to be kind of a commercial, more radio friendly. I don't want to use the term pop, but kind of a pop rock. Totally different from everything else they've done. Totally different from the prog and all of that stuff. It was supposed to be more commercial. Lots of harmonies, lots of pretty melodies, and, you know, with an edge and everything. So Neil and Mike Portnoy, and they got Steve Morse on guitars, and you know him from, like, you know, Dixie Dregs. He's been in Deep Purple now for decades. He's an all-time, you know, just all-around guitar player, great guy. And then they got Casey McPherson and Dave LaRue on singing. Casey singing and playing guitar, and Dave on bass. And they put together this outfit, and they shopped it around, and I don't think they got any major label, but they finally got it released back in 2012. And then this is their third album. I'll show you the other ones. Third Degree, it's been a long time coming. They, you know, the band's, all the guys in the band have so many other things going on that they only get together every so often to do this. And so they've been talking about it for a couple years, and then here it is. Now, it came out earlier in October, but mine got delayed because back when they offered this, the first 100 people that pre-ordered it would get an autographed picture of the band. Speaking of which, sorry, I forgot I had put the picture on the other side. So they had been promised an autographed picture of the band when you pre-ordered in your first 100 people. So I got an email earlier in the month saying, okay, apologies. The band had not gotten together to sign the things at the last show that they had done together. Accidentally, you know, it got messed up. And they were going to be next getting together October 7th, and they would sign the photos there, and the albums would come out after that. And that meant that the people who ordered those with the photos were going to get theirs late because it should have been already to us roughly by then. Not a big deal. Excuse me. But then, you know, the 7th came and gone, didn't hear much more about it, and here we are pushing the 20th, and a couple days ago, I'm like, I would have thought they'd have been here by now. And I don't know if there was a hold up or what, but so I emailed the company, the company, the record label, and said, you know, can I get a status on my order? I didn't hear back, but the very next day, or even later that day, or yeah, it might have been the next morning, I get an email saying, your package is shipped. I don't know if I got lost in the shuffle or what. And then so it showed up Saturday. So it's a double vinyl, cool gatefold, cool artwork here. Both of the records are this blue marble, which I think is very sharp, very pretty. Two of those with an inset. Cool picture. And then this is the photo. So that's the band photo. It's all autographed by the guys. I can get that without getting any glare for you. And then it came with the second photo, not autographed, but this is kind of from one of their videos. Love Letters, one of the songs in one of the videos. Now then I realized I never did frame this, but way back with the second album, 2014, same thing. I was one of the pre-orders, and I got a picture of the band that's all autographed. I need to take both of these, I guess. Frame them or something. Display them somehow. Photo album, something. That's a little too big for the photo album. I also, because I'm a huge fan, I also got the deluxe box set. If it's deluxe, I got to get it. Because, of course, it comes with all kinds of extra stuff. This I don't really need, but hey, I got two coasters. Like anybody's going to use these coasters. Who would be stupid to turn around and use those? Comes with a photo book, which is like the lyric, book that it comes with it, but it's got a lot more photos. So, cool stuff. There's Mr. Neil Morse hanging out playing the piano. So it's got a photo book. And then this is the reason you buy the deluxe, because here's a bonus CD that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs. One is a bonus studio track, unreleased. The other ones are instrumental or alternative acoustic arrangements. And then, of course, the actual CD. And it's got, a regular lyric sheet now with some of the same photos, but so you get the whole deluxe ordeal there. Now let me show you real quick. Like I said, the band that's their third album. They have 3 studio albums and 2 live albums out. So I'll give you a quick recap of what they have done. First album, like I said, they took a while to finally get a label to put this out. They were hoping for to something big, from what I understand. But as you can see, this is autographed by Mike Portnoy and Neil Morse. It's a limited edition version, which not really sure exactly what that means. There's not like any extra songs. Anyway, first album, fell in love with this. It is just the harmonies, the music, the everything. Even my family loves this. We listen to it in the car for all these years. Love this album. Absolutely love this album. Check it out. They have lots of videos on YouTube on various songs. So, really cool stuff. Second album, called Second Nature. See that? First album. Second Nature, Third Degree. I guess they're cute with the titles here. It's in the digipack. It's got the band there, whole band in there. Again, another slightly different from the first, but still it's just the musicianship and the beauty of the stuff. It's rock. It's hard rock. At times it has minor prog feels because of the, Mike might throw some different drum beats in there that trip things out a little bit, little timing here and there. But for the most part, it is very, lots of harmonies and lots of melody, but still hard, rock, hard rock at times. It's just good stuff. Just good stuff. Oh, I didn't pull it up. I do have the first album on vinyl. I have shown that. I'm not going to worry about it. Second album, this album has proven to be a little harder to get on vinyl. I don't know, back when I bought the first album, I should have went ahead and bought this, because now everywhere I look for this, it's like over $100. If anybody ever sees Second Nature on vinyl, and it's more in the $30 range, I would love one. I will send the money. Live album, Flying Colors live in Europe. It's a double disc set. It's a live album. Good stuff. Actually, I found this on vinyl just yesterday when I was going through all of this. I thought, hey, I better grab some of these because I found it for a decent price. I think it's on 3 records, and it wasn't horribly expensive, under $30. Second Flight live at the Z7. This is more of a deluxe type kit too. It's 2 CDs and a DVD. It's got a book there. You can't really see that. Also located this one. Found a seller on Amazon selling this yesterday for like $22. Again, 3 LP set. So I went ahead and scarfed those up against my better judgment money-wise. But again, I've got some stuff for sale that I sold some things recently and, kind of replacing it. So that's their catalog in a nutshell. 3 studio albums and 2 live albums. And I'll have all of them on vinyl except the second album. So still listen to this one. Love it on first listen. Every listen I'm getting a little more, it gets more, feel more into it and start really enjoying it. So I'm just digging it. These guys are just continuing to put out top-notch, music in the rock, lots of melody, rock, just harmonious, just beautiful stuff. Check them out. Very good stuff. I love it, at least. And if you haven't checked them out, just look them up. They're on YouTube. They get videos, and it's just some good stuff. Hopefully you enjoy it. Check it out. They get my endorsement. 2 thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all later. Rock on.